Hi, I'm Meridan Zerner, one of the dietitians here at the Cooper Clinic, and it's February, and that means a great month to talk to you about heart health. February is Heart Health Month, and when we speak about heart health, we want to talk about heart disease and cholesterol, and we really want to talk about hypertension, which is commonly known as high blood pressure. And there are many things that you can do and should be doing to lower your blood pressure or be aware of your blood pressure. The be aware thing would come first. So if you don't know what your blood pressure is, take the time now to go get it checked. And it's a really quick and easy thing to do. You want to know what your blood pressure is. 65 million Americans have high blood pressure, and many don't know that they do. And once we know that you have some high blood pressure issues, now we want to look at how can we help to impact that or change that. One of the first things we would recommend: don't smoke. That probably is obvious in this day and age, but just in case, as a friendly reminder, that's one of the first things that we would tackle. The second would be increase some exercise. Activity is one of the best lines of defense in the world of managing blood pressure. And finally, we look at my particular area of expertise, my favorite piece, which is managing the dietary aspect as it relates to blood pressure. You would want to maybe start by measuring your waist. So if we look at women having a waist measurement of 35 inches or less and men having a waist measurement of 40 inches or less, that really tells us quite a bit about your heart health. We could start there. Then we would look at actually lowering the sodium content in your diet. The average American has a lot of sodium in their diet, and to the tune of maybe 4,000 milligrams. We're trying to recommend 2,300 milligrams, about half of what the average person consumes. To make that a little more real, in your daily life, 1 level tablespoon of added table salt, and it goes fast. 1 level tablespoon is 2,300 milligrams. So for starters, the salt shaker goes off the table. If we can just stop salting additionally, we can lower the sodium content of your diet. There's a lot of salt hidden here and there, especially when you dine out, but in processed foods, in canned foods, soups, cheeses usually have quite a bit of salt, sauces, marinades, teriyaki, soy sauce is a big sodium offender. These things are crazy high, so it would benefit you to start using the label even a little bit more. Be looking at the sodium content. I'm looking for something that might have 500 milligrams or fewer, given that you want a 2,000 milligram goal in any given day. If you have very high blood pressure or an extraordinarily high risk in terms of your family history, we even want to see 1,500 milligrams of sodium. Less again. One of the greatest ways to achieve that is the DASH diet, D-A-S-H. It stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. This diet is really just a good quality diet, lots of fruits and vegetables that happen to be high in potassium. So we look at balancing the sodium in your diet with potassium. A lot of your fruits and vegetables are going to be high in potassium, and so to incorporate more of those in your day has lots of health benefits, and in particular, lowering your blood pressure. I also recommend that you play around with different kinds of seasoning and spices. We don't want you eating just a bland old diet. You won't comply. Ugh. So maybe trade out the salt shaker for something like a Mrs. Dash. Be more creative with your garlics and your cinnamons and your turmeric spices that really add a lot of flavor and flair for little to no sodium. My hope is that you look at the big picture, that you look at adding some exercise in, that you look at some small ways that you can tweak your daily intake to get a little more color and potassium in your diet, that you're more mindful of the total sodium content in some of your favorite food choices, and especially leave the salt shaker off the table.